EU to spark Putin war. Brussels plots to lure Ukraine, Moldova, and Georgia to fill UK gap. The European Union wants to deepen ties with Ukraine, Georgia, and Moldova, teasing the possibility of future membership in exchange for cooperation. Despite only being associate members of the EU, the three states already benefit from visa-free travel with the bloc. And the EU is now desperately urging the states, two of whom share borders with Russia, to prioritize Brussels over Moscow in exchange for full membership. Brussels is also seeking closer ties with Azerbaijan and Belarus, who also border Russia, as well as Armenia. The European Parliament said Russia was putting strong resistance on further cooperation between the EU and the three countries. Lithuanian EP member Lima Andrikian, who authored a new report on the scheme, said Russian aggression had accelerated the process. She said, the changes are due to the military aggression of Russia against Ukraine in 2014, the annexation of Crimea and continuing occupation of eastern Ukraine by Russian proxies, as well as Kremlin-steered frozen conflicts which remain unresolved in Moldova and Georgia. The creation of an Eastern Partnership Plus model for associated countries with the possibility of a future membership in the Customs, Energy and Digital Union is crucial. German S&D member Knut Fleckenstein, another contributor to the report, said the scheme was about building trust against a backdrop of Russia meddling. He said, the objective is to build trust and promote cooperation between all partners in order to achieve concrete benefits for the people, such as respect for fundamental freedoms, better living standards and prospects for the future, facilitation of people-to-people contacts. It comes ahead of the EU's Eastern Partnership on November 24. The report's two authors said this summit will be a key event in the bloc's attempt to bring the continent closer together. Mr. Fleckenstein said, a successful Eastern Partnership must reduce socio-economic disparities and corruption, better connect the participating countries in the areas of transport, infrastructure and energy, allow for visa-free travel for short-term stays, and increase opportunities for educational exchanges in people-to-people contacts. And Ms. Andrikian said, we have to ensure that the outcomes of the summit are concrete and dedicated to the long-term investments and well-being of people in the countries concerned. EU support for economic reforms are of very high importance to the citizens.